Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. Today on Monster Train, we will be playing a normal standard run with the Melting Wurmkin. We won this on Covenant rank 16. That's the last time that we played this combination. And what we played before was Primary Exiled, so we're going to do exactly the opposite, which is already selected here, with a little fade in Primitive Mold and a Fracture. Let's go. We've got Molded to go with our Primitive Molds. That's kind of weird. Echo Transfer and Remnant Host. Very strange starting deck. We're going against Seraph the Chaste, which removes buffs and debuffs. Okay. Don't know what to do with that starting deck. We're going to go to our champion. Ooh, excellent. Alright, so the one little fade upgrade path that we have not gone down all the way is Eternal Flame. So I'm very glad to see it here because it means that we can try it. She has Quick and Endless. Ooh, interesting. Little Fade having Endless is so weird when we have 2 Moldeds and 5 Primitive Molds. I guess we do have a Remnant Host, but that's weird. Alright, we really want to get a unit that we are okay with dying many times. Base Charge I tend to like. The other 2 of these I tended to not like very much, so we're going to take Base Charge. I think that Vapor Funnel is better than Boon of the Blacksmith, generally. So, let's take it. I think that it's a toss-up sometimes, but I think that generally Vapor Funnel is better. They both do extremely similar things. I do want a unit draft. The fact is, each one of these does only 1 damage to the Pyre if they get to the top. So, whatever. They might make it to the top. Oh, except for those. Except for those that are Shard enhanced. Right. So we got our Remnant Host first turn. I like that. We're going to play Little Fade. I kind of want to play all 3 of these, but order them in such a way that the Remnant Hosts, the drafts that come out of the Remnant Host, actually get to attack. Can we do that? The Train Steward can take both of those hits if we put it in front. Little Fade can take the next one. The Remnant Host could take this one, and then one of the drafts dies. That's the best that we're going to get. So, let's do those things. And then we can play Fracture to kill this one. And I don't know when we're going to deal it more damage. Actually, I guess the Train Stewards can kill that one. So let's make it so that the next one in line takes some damage. And then this does nothing. Okay, what do we have now? We've got a Collector at the top. I do want to kill that. So we probably play a Train Steward at the top. Or just a Fracture, for that matter. Little Fade definitely goes at the bottom. And kills one. And dies. Then what? You will die from fractures from your Reap. So if we put Fracture on you, then you will take some damage this turn. Train Steward goes at the top, kills the Collector and that one. And then I don't think we need to put more Fracture on you. Right? Because you'll have 5 health after this. You're only taking 4 so far. But if we play Primitive Mold at the top, then you die. Okay, let's play a Fracture down here too. Put it on the back one, because it's going to die entirely from the Reap. We did not get a Primitive Mold to play. We could play the Train Steward at the top. That would kill this one. Or we could play a Fracture at the top. But I kind of wanted to play a Fracture on one of these. Little Fade certainly goes here. Dies again. Because every time you die, you get stronger. I mean, it's true. I don't know how to feel about Eternal Flame on Little Fade. It seems like it could be kind of bad, actually. If we put a Fracture on you, you will die from Fracture. If we put a Train Steward up here, it will give us Ember Drain, which is sad. And then we can Echo Transfer, but then that means that your Reaps don't kill you. We'll find a way. Okay, you are not dying, but if we play one thing at the top, like a Primitive Mold, you still don't die. Right. Right. So you're not dying unless we play Fracture on you, or we play Molded. We're going to play Little Fade at the bottom. I think we're going to play that Train Steward at the bottom too. Because it kills a thing and burns out. Then we play Molded. And we play the Remnant Host at the top, which has Burnout 1. So it dies, and then the drafts don't get to attack before they also die. You make it to the top. How sad. You're only dealing 1 damage, but I should have just played the Fracture at some point. Okay, we took the 1... We did not take the 1 damage because of the Vapor Funnel, but I completely forgot we had. Right. How silly of me to forget Vapor Funnel. We have a Remnant Host because it burned out. We should get back Remnant Host. That's not a Remnant Host. That is a Remnant Host. Little Fade does not have Burnout, which means if we put her in the back, she does a lot of damage. Right. So the Remnant Host goes in the front, and the Train Steward, and then we play Weight of Contrition and we win. Okay. This is a weird deck. Certainly a weird deck, but it's going just fine. You know, I don't know if I want a draft. Do we want Dripfall? What do we care? I don't know. Do we want a Wicklash? These are such difficult things. Let's take the Dripfall. Bounding Echoes is not bad. Shelter is potentially fine. Hosting Kin would give us a card that actually deals damage to a back unit. I think we should take that. The Wickless Baron. Man, I like Wickless Baron. I like the other two as well, but I think the Wickless Baron is the way we want. So, Wickless Baron, come into the deck. We're going to try to upgrade you a lot. Merchant of Steel is a way to upgrade a Wickless Baron. But we could wait on it, maybe. No, let's go to the Merchant of Steel. Okay, what does it have? It has a large stone. I like it. Let's just click that and put it on the Wickless Baron. Wickless Baron gets a large stone. Wickless Baron likes Little Fade to be in front of him, and he likes the Remnant host to be in front of him. He likes both of those things. So if the Shard Soul Carver did not add space, I would definitely take it and sacrifice it to my Wickless Baron. Otherwise, maybe we just don't take these. I think we skip. Crazy as it sounds, we skip immediately. Extreme Stone can only go on Hosting Kin, because it's the only thing that does direct damage. Seek Stone does almost nothing with what we have so far. We're not doing the Engage Pact yet. Yeah, not yet. So, we're doing just this Merchant of Steel. Do we take a Heartstone for the Wickless Baron? I want to. Certainly don't want it on the Remnant host. Or we could hold off. I think we hold off, save our money. And I feel like we didn't upgrade much there. We could get a unit draft. I'll take it. So we want Little Fade to die every turn. We want the Wickless Baron to not take so much damage that he would take if we put him at the bottom. But maybe we put him at the bottom anyway. We've got Remnant Host and Train Stewards to put in front of him. Sure, we put him at the bottom anyway. We fracture you because that kills you. If we played Echo Transfer, it would no longer kill you. Yeah, we can't play Echo Transfer without causing you to survive. But you know what? You die from the other Echoes, so never mind. We can play it. And then we play Primitive Mold so that there's more Echoes here. And I realize that you are healing him, so he's going to have to die because we play an infused card on a different floor. Which I think we should anyway. Okay, I think we play the Train Steward at the top to kill the Collector, take the Ember Drain that gives, play Little Fade at the bottom. Yeah, play the Train Steward at the top, play a Primitive Mold in the center so that you die. We could play a Fracture here so that you die, but I kind of want to kill this one with this Fracture because it helps the Wickless Baron. What do we do with Little Fade now? Kind of don't know. So we can Fracture you, or we could play Little Fade. I mean, let's Fracture you. So now we're not taking any damage. We actually weren't if we only did one Fracture because of the Vapor Funnel. Little Fade, do we want to put you behind our Wickless Baron? I guess we do. And then we want our Remnant Host. Here's our Remnant Host. There it is. Alright, Remnant Host, you go here. Hosting Kin, you kill this one. And we're already beating the boss, so click end turn and win. Alright. I like the Remnant host when we've got our Wickless Baron in our deck. We could get a Giraffe. Is a Giraffe a good thing? We've got lots of ways to reform, so I think it is. Just a normal, everyday Giraffe. Bounding Echoes, because it's infused. I mean, I'm gonna take it, but maybe I should stop taking cards. The Keeper of Echoes is something that I think I would be happy sacrificing to my Wickless Baron. So let's take that. We can't sacrifice it now, and I don't see much value in those where we currently are, so let's go to the right. We have a Giraffe, a Wickless Baron, and a Remnant host that we are going to keep in the deck in terms of upgradable minions. So if we go to the Wurmkin banner, we should think about that. We've got a Keepstone. There are a couple things I wouldn't mind doing Keepstone on. We'll have to think about it. But here we are, Wurmkin banner. I think we take neither of those, right? Because we don't want them directly in the deck, and we don't want to sacrifice them to one of the units that I just named. Okay, we skip. I'm skipping more units than I'd like to skip. Let's go to that Remnant banner next time. I've kind of wanted to go here, but I think we have to go to that Remnant banner next time. So let's go there next time. In the meantime, what are we doing here? I mean, Encased Divinity doesn't do much for us. Cheater's Hand I enjoy, but is it good? I'm not sure. We could take the Golden Vault. I don't think the Golden Vault is what you want. So, Cheater's Hand or Encased Divinity? In theory, we want Encased Divinity, right? Let's go with the theory that we do. What do you have for me, Caverns? You have a Merchant. A consumable card from one of these. I think the Melting Remnants are going to be not the great consumable cards that we want. The Umbra consumable cards could give Space, Ember, or Morsels. Awoken consumable cards could give Spikes. Or I don't really remember. Even though we played with them last time. I think I'm gonna go Umbra. You know, I like Space Prism. Let's take it. Okay. We've got to be able to play through all of our cards, which is kind of the problem. We aren't drawing our Remnant host early enough, for example. I did not go to the Merchant of Magic at all, did I? That was dumb. Alright, Explosive Sigil. Well, we kind of wanted a holdover card, but I didn't know what to put it on, so I guess we just don't get it. So the top floor got one that can't be removed. But why did the bottom floor... Oh, never mind. It was a visual mistake. Got it. So you go here, you go here, and we do this, and we hit the boss with a fracture. Yeah, that's a good start. Keeper of Echoes. We can fit it at the bottom, but then Little Fade doesn't go there anymore. I think we want it not at the bottom. Or we play Drip Ball to put it at the bottom. You know, that's not bad. I actually like that plan. So... Of course that means our Remnant host and our drafts can't go down here. That's not as nice. Let's do a Little Fade at the bottom for sure. Let's do a Fracture at the bottom for sure. Let's do a Keeper of Echoes in the center. Even though it takes 10 damage right now. Very sad. Okay, Molded doesn't do anything for us yet, because we only took a draft and a Remnant host, and we don't draw those. Little Fade goes here. Unfortunately, actually we could do Echo Transfer on Little Fade, because you have Endless, you keep that, don't you? I like that. Alright, that's a good thing. And then we can play Hosting Kin on you. Yeah, on the Constructed Explosive. There we go. And then Train Steward somewhere. I guess you go here. Sure. So far, our Wickless Baron is basically all we need in terms of units to win these first ones, but I don't expect that to continue. Also, I really want my Remnant host in my draft. Don't think we put another Train Steward. Actually, we can have it die at the top. Okay. I like putting a Little Fade at the bottom. You don't die this time, and there's only one wave remaining. So I think you go behind at this point. And we still do Echo Transfer on you. We could get back our Train Steward if we cared. I think we would prefer to just put Fracture on the boss. And play a Primitive Mold so that Fracture does more. And then play the Train Steward because it burns out. And then play the other Train Steward because now that that one burns out, you don't get Ember Drain. Okay, final wave. We should be winning. We are winning. You die from spikes, actually. That's a problem with our Little Fade, isn't it? Dies from spikes. Oh well. We finally got our Remnant host. We're gonna play it. Now Little Fade doesn't die from spikes. Alright. I think our deck has some good stuff, and it has some kind of pointless stuff. Perfect Insanity, I love that card. Let's take that card. Woohoo. We want Lady of the Reformed? Not really. I mean, it can go with the Keeper of Echoes, I guess. It just doesn't do much. I'm gonna take it anyway. And we simply must take Herzl's compound, I think. Because we have to draw those cards. So, we're going this way because we want to see another unit. We're going to click this. Eternal Flame 2. Extinguish gives more. It's kind of what I expected it to be. And then, what does the Divine Temple have? It has a Twin Stone and a True Stone. True Stone can only go on Hostingkin. Twin Stone could go on Drip Ball. I do like Twin Stones on Drip Balls. Might do that. Let's take our artifact next. Serrated Mandibles is not bad. Notice Stone... We do not have the Consume cards. Nor actually any more than one card that is affected by magic power. So, Serrated Mandibles. Kind of like Serrated Mandibles. Ooh, a Legion of Wax. I like it. Okay, taking Legion of Wax. I like Legion of Wax. I think we've played with it maybe only once, but it was really good when we played with it. So, the real question is, are we sacrificing something to the Legion of Wax? Because we want to keep the Legion of Wax. You apply the unit's upgrades and stat changes. I wonder what the upgrades mean. The stat changes includes things like Inspire. Maybe we sacrifice the Keeper of Echoes to the Legion of Wax. I'm gonna do that. I don't know if this is a good plan, but we're sacrificing this to the Legion of Wax. We're trying to make Legion of Wax be amazing. And I think we might have a hard time. Twin Stone, I am going to put that on Drip Ball. We now want an Ember Stone on Drip Ball. And let's move on. Okay. I think Legion of Wax could be amazing, we just have to do it. Spell Shield 2 doesn't affect us very much when we have only one spell that does anything. Really hate the haste, though. Have to say, I really hate the haste. Oh, they got Reap at the very beginning. I like it. We got the Lady of the Reformed, which can go with the Wickless Baron at the bottom, but probably shouldn't. I don't mind playing Little Fade at the bottom. We've got the Remnant Host, which is nice. I need something in the Remnant Host that causes it to die. Let's see. Let's play the Lady of the Reformed at the bottom. I think we're going to play our Wickless Baron at the top this time. And then we play Little Fade in front because we want it to die, take the damage. We play the Remnant Host behind because we want it to die and deal some damage. And then we could play Drip Fall or Fracture. Let's play a Fracture on you. Great. And we could play Drip Fall. Drip Fall would most likely cause you to die. Oh, it definitely would. Let's do that. Okay. There's our Legion of Wax. Where do we want that? I mean, we want it with the Wickless Baron, but we just can't fit them both. That's a place where we want Drip Ball to drop the Legion of Wax or the Wickless Baron alongside each other. Let's put the Wickless Baron at the top. I know I'm going to want him there. So let's do it. Even with a Space Prism, which I'm going to add to his floor, that's not enough to add the Legion of Wax. Legion of Wax is going to go in the center. And do some things sometimes, but often not. And then Little Fade just goes at the bottom. Okay, all three of you are going to the top. Don't really like that. We are going to have Little Fade to play again at the top. At least we've got that. That causes you to die and you to die. Let's play Bounding Echoes. We should have played that before Little Fade. Okay, all of those are dying. Hosting Kin does basically nothing. Does basically nothing. But you know what? It does add an echo. And then... oh, we've got a unit. Right, we've got the Remnant Host. The Remnant Host. I want to play that at the top. Because I want you to get more Extinguish or Harvest effects. So I want to play that at the top. You can die. That would be fine. We can always reform you. So Remnant Host, go at the top. Make sure that you take some damage. There we go. Echo Transfer on you. Actually, we can always Echo Transfer on Little Fade. Forget that Little Fade has Endless. It's not that we're reforming her every turn. She has Endless. She keeps the stat changes. Okay, Little Fade at the top. 110, still not enough to kill you. 160. So now if we play a Draft up here, the Draft will kill both of those. Nice. And Burnout, so that the Wickless Baron gets a benefit. We've got two things that we could bring back, including a Remnant Host, which I like. Let's fracture you. And then see if we get a Remnant Host back. Lady of the Reformed. We'll play you again. Things are dying at the top pretty easily. The center... you still haven't died. How about that? Little Fade can go at the bottom now. We can't play the Perfect Insanity. Unless, actually we can, because it's infused. Right. So Little Fade, you go at the bottom, down here, like that. We play a Primitive Mold here. We play another Primitive Mold here. Or... let's play Fracture here. And then we play... yeah, we have to play... we can't do this anymore. Perfect Insanity doesn't have enough. I think I just didn't have enough Ember to play Perfect Insanity, and I didn't notice that. Let's play another Primitive Mold. Okay. Here's my Draft. It has Burnout 2. And you've got Burnout 2. Okay, fine. You go like this, and this. Okay, are we winning at the bottom? We are, which means that you guys are not making it to the top, not dealing damage to my Pyre. How about that? I'll even fracture you. Alright. So Little Fade does a lot of damage if she has enough things in front of her to take the hits. Yeah, that works out pretty well. Engulfed in Smoke or Memento Mori. Memento Mori is really strong in my deck. So many things die. I think we want none of these. Skip. So we're going to the right. We really want that Merchant of Steel. Right? Because we haven't upgraded much. We actually haven't upgraded our Legion of Wax. And we still have an upgrade on the Wickless Baron. I would love a Wickstone for the Remnant host. So, yeah, let's go here. We've got money. Let's see what we can purchase. A Speedstone. You know, not necessarily my favorite. Speedstone is not bad, but I don't have anything that just does tons of damage. I guess it could go on the draft. It might be okay on the draft. Let's put it on the draft. Alright. I think that we want a Battle Stone on the Wickless Baron. I think. And then a Heartstone on the Lady of the Reformed. And then re-roll. We have Immortal Stone, which can give the Remnant host Endless. I will take that. And then we have a Wickstone as well, but I'd rather have it have Endless. The Wickstone, you know, the Keeper of Wax, it's... I kind of want to put a Wickstone on there, but I also really don't. Because we'd have to reform it and replay it, and we won't have space to replay it. I don't know. Let's do it. We just need space to replay it, and that's currently a problem. On the other hand, I could put a Wickstone on the Lady of the Reformed. No, let's put it on the Legion of Wax. Let's put another Heartstone on the Lady of the Reformed. We basically want her to have a big health pool. So, Legion of Wax, we really, really need space now. And that's going to be hard. Especially because you cost 4 space. Okay, let's move on. We've done everything we can, right? We could purge more cards. I mean, we could purge our starting deck cards. They don't do that much. But they do make it so that we could play the Perfect Insanity right now. So let's remove a Primitive Mold and another Primitive Mold. Are the Fractures better to remove than the Primitive Mold? I think the Primitive Mold. I think. But I'm definitely having questions. How much do we want those Fractures? Let's remove one of each so that at least we've done them equally. Alright. I don't really like you, Self-Made Harpy. And I don't think we can turn on Spikes 4. I don't think so. It really ruins my drafts that I play. Okay, we won't turn that on. No random artifact for me. So, Wickless Baron goes at the bottom. Right? Not the top? I think it goes at the bottom this time, because we're going to kill a lot of things at the bottom. So Wickless Baron goes here. The Lady of the Reformed goes at the top. Because what else goes there? Maybe we put the Lady of the Reformed in the center? Put her in the center. And then Little Fade definitely goes here. Take some of that damage. And then Drip Ball? Drip Ball somebody? Or something? I guess we drip fall you, because you're going to have more attack by the time it gets to you. I don't know. Collector at the top. That's the only place we can fit the Legion of Wax. Which is one of the problems with the Legion of Wax. Play Little Fate at the bottom. Let's play our Space Prism somewhere. Space Prism at the bottom. I want this to not have Consume on it. The Eternal Stone, I think. The number of unit deaths is 1, apparently. Okay. Let's play the Legion of Wax at the top. We know we're going to do that. Primitive Mold just for the Echo. And then Hosting Kin we should have played first. Whoops. Okay, the main problem is that you are gaining, not losing health. We can play the Draft up there. We can fit the Draft, or we could play Little Fade up there. If we played Little Fade, it wouldn't be enough. I think we want to play Perfect Insanity. So we play the Draft, the Fracture, and the Perfect Insanity to take care of you. And then Little Fade goes in the center this time. Or at the bottom. Actually, at the bottom. It can go at the top next turn. No, it can't. Can it? Huh. Put it in the center. Have it kill you. Now, the Draft goes up here. The Draft needs to die. It has Burnout 1, so it definitely dies. Then we play Fracture, then we play Perfect Insanity. Okay. We can't quite play Echo Transfer at the top, which is the place I'd most prefer to play it. But we can play it on Little Fade. Remnant Host, I like playing those at the bottom. Let's do that. We can't do Molded yet. Because we don't... Oh, actually we could do Molded to get the Draft. Okay, let's play Molded to get the Draft. But keep the Legion of Wax in there. The Draft could go here. It will... currently just dies. I mean, just dying is okay. We fracture the back one. We play Echo Transfer on Little Fade. We can't, so we play it on somebody else. We can't play it down here because then you don't die. Which means we play it at the top. We don't play it anywhere, as it were. Okay. Now we can play our guy again, our Legion of Wax. So, what do we do at the top? We kind of want to play Primitive Mold and Legion of Wax. But we also want you to die. And I'm not sure how that happens. Not when Little Fade has Quick and kills this one. Yeah, that's a problem. We need to solve the problem at the top. How do we solve that? Little Fade has Quick, kills herself on you. Let's start here. Yeah. Kills you, dies herself to this attack, and then there's still 9 damage coming in. We play a Primitive Mold, which got back a draft, not the thing that I was hoping for, not the Legion of Wax. Okay. That does change my plans a little bit, because now what we want to do is play the Remnant Host after playing Bounding Echoes. Play Remnant Host here. Because the Remnant Host dies from this attack, and then should be dealing a bunch of damage to you. Oh, but then you gain so much armor. Right. And then we play the draft. And then we play a couple of fractures on you to try to get you to deal as little damage as possible to my Pyre. Okay, well, taking some damage. Oh, but we do have the Vapor Funnel, so we're not taking damage. We managed to not take damage again. How about that? Okay, what about the boss, though? That's a harder question. Well, we have space for the Legion of Wax at the top, so we could play Primitive Mold. On the other hand, we could not play Primitive Mold. The Little Fade definitely goes behind. Definitely gets Echo Transfer. The Remnant Host definitely goes in the front. The Memento Mori does 190 damage. And then we don't have the Ember to play those, but Little Fade wins next turn. Oh no! But I didn't look at the top floor. And the top floor is going to deal me damage. I was too focused on the boss. Okay, we took a lot of damage there. I was too focused on the boss. I think we could have avoided that damage and still won just fine. That was a mistake. Okay, 32 damage taken. Ouch. I like Subsuming Blade. Do I take it, though? It would be one of the first things that we're taking that's a spell that does damage. Don't know if that's good enough. Mortal Entrapment is very good against bosses, especially Seraph and the Last Divinity. I could very much skip again. I'm going to take Subsuming Blade. Part of the reason is that this is going to be one of the first cards that deals direct damage in my deck, which means we can upgrade it with all the things that upgrade those. Returned Soul is interesting. Certainly interesting. Let's take it. I think that it will be worthwhile. Okay. I think we go to the Merchant of Magic and not the Merchant of Trinkets, because we don't have the money. So, to the left. We look in here. We see a Freeze Stone. Freeze Stone goes on Perfect Insanity really well. So well that I'm just going to do it right now. Forgotten Boons. Let's look here before we look at the Herzl's Hoard. Extreme Stone, that's one of the things I wanted on Subsuming Blade. Could take a Purge Stone, but I don't think I want to. The first time each battle a card with Consume is played, add 2 copies to your hand. Or, whenever we play a unit, random cards get reduced in cost. I mean, Flicker's Liquor is pretty amazing for a deck that plays lots of units. So what about the other one? consume cards. Bounding Echoes is not a great card to get multiples in your hand. Wurmkin isn't wonderful either. Space Prism isn't bad. Let's take Flicker's Liquor. Okay. I know that we want to do Emberstone on Drip Ball. I kind of want to re-roll, but if I re-roll, we only have 60 money left. Surge Stone goes on nothing that we want to put it on. So I think we just save our money and move on. Archus, Darkness Incarnate. I feel like our deck isn't strong enough yet. The Shattering Dark Shard is terrible for us. Blinding Dark Shard is really bad too. The Sin of Shadow is really bad against the Melting. When you play a non-morsel card, apply Dazed 1 to your units. So playing a unit down there does basically nothing. So we Subsuming Blade. And we play our units elsewhere. I mean, we can always play Little Fate at the top. We just want her to die is the thing. We could play her at the bottom and have her die. Just because she's dazed doesn't mean anything. For that matter, do we play Wickless Baron at the bottom? Even though he would be dazed as well. I don't think we want the Wickless Baron where we play Little Fate all the time. Not this time. So we're playing you at the top. Little Fade goes down here, Subsuming Blade kills you. Fracture goes on the boss. Wurmkin goes on the boss. Fracture goes on the boss. Great. Actually, a good amount of Fracture on the boss might be the way we win this one. The boss has Stealth 4, but lots of Fracture could really do stuff. Also, I'm noticing we could play... Oh, we can't play Perfect Insanity this time because we don't have the Ember to play these two and Perfect Insanity. How sad. We can play the Legion of Wax and Little Fade, so we shall. If I could play Legion of Wax on the same floor as you, it would be amazing. Also, we do have the Ember to do something this turn. Let's add an Echo here, so that Perfect Insanity could potentially go in the center. Because let's play Perfect Insanity against the boss. So we do want you to put you in the center. We could play all of our cards. We just have to play them in a very specific order. We play Fracture. We play Primitive Mold. We play Legion of Wax. And then Lady of the Reformed. So where do we put Legion of Wax? Could put it in the center. Could put it in the center and give it an Echo Transfer. Not really, because Perfect Insanity is going to use that. Or we could play Lady of the Reformed and not play the Legion of Wax yet. Play the Legion of Wax. And play the Lady of the Reformed at the top? That seems strange. Lady of Reformed at the top, it looks like. Alright. So now we do Perfect Insanity against the boss. And Memento Mori against somebody. Ooh, we can do Echo Transfer on you. That's not bad. And then Memento Mori at the bottom. Or 20 damage against the boss. Let's do 20 damage against the boss. I think we're going to kind of aim at Archus a little bit. Because for the most part, we don't care if our units die. For the most part. More space. I do want more space. I want more space at the top, even. Right? Play Little Fade at the bottom. Little Fade at the bottom. Weight of Contrition we're definitely going to play. I know you're going to give me more. It's kind of bad, actually, how many you're going to give me. Primitive Mold we play right here, where Archus is. Remnant Host we play at the top, after playing Space Prism. Even with Ember Drain, we can play all of our cards and still have one Ember. It's kind of weird. Oh my gosh, so many weights of contrition. Did we get 4? We got 5 weights of contrition? Oh, and you're making it to the Pyre, but it doesn't matter because we've got the Vapor Funnel. Okay. Little Fade, go here. Weight of Contrition, weight of contrition, weight of contrition. Oh no. 2 weights of contrition still in my hand. Alright, Little Fade needs to go at the top next turn, I think. Yeah, let's play Bounding Echoes. Bounding Echoes first. Let's play it here, because I want these guys to get some reap. We can play the Weight of Contrition here, too. We could play Return Soul. We could use that to get back Perfect Insanity. Because how many times are we going to play that? Maybe once more? Or we could get Memento Mori. Kind of like getting Perfect Insanity. It's just that we can't use it this turn, so never mind. We get Memento Mori. Memento Mori. Or something else. Like Subsuming Blade or Fracture. Let's get a Fracture. Fracture on the boss. We play some guys up here, like this Draft, this Remnant Host and this Draft. And Little Fade? I think and Little Fade. Oh, you don't die? Oh, you don't die. I should have put Little Fade behind you. Whoops. Do we take any damage at the top? We're going to take 6 damage because I played that in the wrong order. Whoops. So we take 6 damage up here. Alright, so we can play Little Fade at the bottom, but she'd be dazed. Which means it's not a lot of benefit. Or we could play her at the top. She wouldn't die. She wouldn't accomplish much either. Let's play her in the center. Play the Weights of Contrition. We can play Molded to get back Keeper of Echoes. I like that. Get back Keeper of Echoes. Or, yeah, Keeper of Echoes, Legion of Wax, I mean. And then Fracture and Dripfall. Fracture the boss. Dripfall... I mean, I guess I could Dripfall you. The boss is taking 120 damage this turn. Alright, Relentless Phase, let's go. We've got Perfect Insanity that we can play on the boss. We've got a Subsuming Blade, which it would be nice to kill something with. We can kill our own thing. So number one, we're going to play Echo Transfer on you. Actually, we really want to play Perfect Insanity, though. Let's start with Return Soul. Return Soul... should have played one of these cards first. Alright. Well, now we play Perfect Insanity. And then... a Remnant Host? We could play Primitive Mold first. And then we play Remnant Host. And then Subsuming Blade our Remnant Host, so that Subsuming Blade gets better. Echo Transfer can now go here. Subsuming Blade our Remnant Host. Alright, and we're not winning at the bottom, but we're doing pretty well. I don't know where to put you. Let's just keep you in the deck, I guess. So the Legion of Wax is okay, right? It's not amazing. We need more things to make it amazing. And then Little Fade doesn't even have to come out because you've got Reap 34. Alright. Well, let's Gripwall this guy. Bam. Okay, I played poorly there, which is why we took the 12 damage, but we still won pretty handily, I think. Ooh, Echoes of the Past works really well with the Legion of Wax. Let's take Echoes of the Past. And then what? So, I probably want the Light of Seraph. Let's just click it, because we want more space. The Legion of Wax wants an incredible amount of space. I'm very tempted to go right. Very tempted. We could upgrade our Legion of Wax more, and I'm really thinking that if we found the Concealed Caverns event that could make our Legion of Wax take up only one space, this would be amazing. We'd have to get really lucky. But if I click to the right, and that Caverns event has that, then I think we would win. Let's go for it. So, firstly, this is the first time that I've done Eternal Flame 3. Eternal Flame has been pretty decent. Let's take it. Let's look at the Merchant of Steel. Speedstone is not what you want on the Legion of Wax, which is what I want to upgrade the most. Let's take this next. Merchant costs are reduced by 25, or units get an extra upgrade slot. We're on ring 7? We could see another Merchant of Steel if we go right next time. So we could take Pyrestone Housing and be able to upgrade our units now and then. I think that might be the best. And then let's go Concealed Caverns. Give me the event I want. This is not it. Do I even want this? So I kind of want the doors, because we could use it on bosses. It's just that it consumes. I'll still take it. We'll take the doors. Having more dazed effects that we can use on bosses is a nice thing. I wonder if we just reroll. Or hopes that we get a Legion of Wax thing over here, like multi-strike or something like that. We probably want the Echo Stone on the Legion of Wax right now. Okay, let's click the reroll button. We got a Frenzy Stone, exactly what I wanted. Alright, put that on the Legion of Wax. That could be amazing. Wick Stone we don't want on the Remnant Host, because it has Endless. Actually, we could put it on the Remnant Host, even though it has Endless. Because it just means that it dies every single time. Guaranteed. Even if we put it on a floor where there's no enemies. I think we want that. Okay, and we need more money to spend more money. Let's move on. I'm actually a little surprised we've gotten this far. Let's see if we can go the rest of the way. Heaven Seal might be bad for me. So just click fight. I like the Subsuming Blade. Does 41 damage, but we're only going to use it on the back one. I think we do want the Wickless Baron at the bottom. Wickless Baron at the bottom. We can even put the Lady of the Reformed down here too. Lady of the Reformed goes in front of the Wickless Baron. And then we can put Little Fade there. Subsuming Blade you. Fracture you. The Fracture's not going to do much, but the Echoes of the Past, we're going to put that on maybe Little Fade. Maybe we put that on Little Fade. Whatever we put it on, it's going to deal the damage every turn. Little Fade is kind of like a spell to me now that I can play to deal damage. Put it on you. Okay. The Gilded Wing is a problem. We didn't deal enough damage in the first turn. Didn't really expect to deal enough damage, but, you know, the Gilded Wing is a problem. We can play keep the Legion of Wax in the center, and it would be good. We can even play Echo Transfer on it. So let's do that. Let's play Echo Transfer on the Legion of Wax, because those benefits transfer over. Let's play Little Fade. We could play Returned Soul as well. I wouldn't want to consume the Subsuming Blade, but I could consume a Fracture. Let's play Little Fade here. Let's play Returned Soul to get a Fracture back. I don't know how we're going to deal with you. Little Fade is kind of the only thing that can, and Little Fade is not going to be strong enough. So I don't know how we're going to deal with you. Maybe Drip Fall. Drip Fall or Trap Shoot? Maybe? That might be how we have to do it. In any event, let's do Fractures on you. We could do one Fracture on the Collector, but if we do we die because of this guy? Ooh, Lady of the Reformed dies. Didn't expect that. I think we Fracture the Collector. Oh, the Collector got another one too. How sad. We could get... There's a couple ways that we could deal with the one at the top. I don't know how we also deal with other things. Haha, a Drip Ball. Oh, nice. So we could play a Drip Fall. We could play a Perfect Insanity. Perfect Insanity is pretty good on this one too, but we don't have any echoes down here. So what if we were to Perfect Insanity this guy? That would mean we'd play Primitive Mold up here and the Draft. Let's start with a Primitive Mold, because we know we're going to play that. We got back the Legion of Wax. Well, I want to put it at the top. And it doesn't fit anywhere else. But it will fit at the bottom after we get Space Prism. Ooh, I like that. So, we want to play the Keeper of Echoes Legion of Wax at the top. Take the Ember Drain. Little Fade could actually finish you off. So if we just play Little Fade here, we kill that top one. That's what's happening. Oh, right. Didn't even need to play Perfect Insanity. Which means we can save it for this guy, basically. Let's play a Draft at the bottom. It's just gonna die, that's fine. And then play Drip Fall on you, so that you're not dealing so much damage. And then play a Drip Fall... I mean, we could do you again. Or we could keep a Drip Fall in the deck. That costs 1. Let's do that. Keep it in the deck, it costs 1. Our Legion of Wax is actually pretty nice now. Because it has a lot of attack. You burn out, which is fine. We have Little Fade to try to deal some damage somewhere. I guess we play Little Fade at the bottom. We play a Primitive Mold somewhere. We want to play it at the bottom because we want you guys to get the Reap. Yeah, play it at the bottom. We got back Lady of the Reformed. Perfect. Now everybody's dying except for the back one. And that's because you're stealthy. We could get back a Draft, but I don't know where I would put it. We could put it in the center. It's probably good to get it back so that it gets even better. So let's do that. Get back the Draft, put it in the center. We want those guys to die, I think. So we're going to put the Draft in the back. I want to play Echo Transfer on you. And then we play a Fracture on this one. Okay, it's not dying this turn, but it dies due to the Reap it already has. Okay, you're dying from my Twin of Wax. Great. I did make it so that you are where I would want the wax creature to go. Although we could trap shoot our own guy, right? Yeah, we can. So we could get back the Twin of Wax or the Legion of Wax and put it at the bottom. I like that because that means we could play another Twin of Wax after that one dies. So let's do that. we play Primitive Mold. Where do we want the echoes? It doesn't matter much, but the top doesn't have echoes. So, Legion of Wax, we put you here. Then we trap shoot you. The fact that you're in the back is not so great, but you do have Burnout, so he still benefits. And then what? Downing Echoes? Primitive Mold just to make the Legion of Wax better. Little Fade? We could put Little Fade at the top. The problem is wherever we put her, she doesn't die. I guess we could put her at the top. And fracture her? Or just leave her there. If I fracture her, she slowly dies, but not this turn. We could Perfect Insanity her, but I want that for the boss. Alright, there's the boss. How are we doing against the boss? I mean, we're doing a lot of damage. We can play Perfect Insanity, and we could play Memento Mori. So, we're doing great, actually. So let's play Space Prism. Let's play a Remnant Host. Oh, right. The Legion of Wax we put down there. Okay, not the best place to play Space Prism. Remnant Host can go up here. It burns out. And then we should have played Subsuming Blade first. Whoops. Oh well. Perfect Insanity still wins. Great, winning at the bottom. And my Legion of Wax plan is actually coming together a little bit. It's not a very organized plan, but it is an idea that has seemed to have some fruit. I do not need another Subsuming Blade. We also don't really need Votivery or Resin removal. Skip. I don't think I care about these either. Okay, skipping all the way. Did we want another Merchant of Steel? We did. We did because we can add more to the Wickless Baron, the Remnant Host, the Lady of the Reformed, the Draft. We can add a lot of things. It does mean that we couldn't get a Merchant of Trinkets. If we went to the left, we would be removing 2 cards. What would those cards be that we remove? I kind of like all of my units because they make my spells cheaper and they die. I like my Echo Transfers. I feel like I can't remove my starter cards because I need the echoes that they give me. Although I would like to remove some. So that's if we go right, we remove 2. If we go left, we duplicate and we see a Merchant of Magic and the Merchant of Trinkets. If we duplicated, what would we duplicate? We could duplicate Perfect Insanity, or the Subsuming Blade, or the Space Prism. Oh, I think I want to go left. Because more space would be good. Let's look at this. Extreme Stone can go on Subsuming Blade or Memento Mori. Don't think we're doing an Engage Pact, but I'll consider it. Stacked Stone is not what we wanted. Dun Echo is far too late. Split Anvil kind of goes against Flicker's Liquor. So I think we take Winged Indulgence or nothing. Do we care about Stackstone? No, we don't. So I think we take the Winged Indulgence. And then that's all of our money. We duplicate the Space Prism. Has no upgrades, but we still want it duplicated the most. And then let's consider Extreme Stone or Engage Pact. If you got to 50, you'd be kind of important, but you could get that with just a single sleigh. I think 80 is fine, but not necessary. So an Extreme Stone is not necessary. Engage Pact, yeah, we don't want to sacrifice those. Okay, I think going to the left didn't turn out very well. Yeah, I just didn't know what I wanted to remove. So, Seraph the Chaste. Do I even have buff stacks or debuff stacks? I guess the debuffs would be Reap. I had Reap all the time. The Keeper of Echoes can go at the top immediately. It even has Burnout 1, so we don't get the Ember Drain. And then the other things can go at the bottom. I do like putting my Wickless Baron at the bottom. Let's start with the Wickless Baron. Or let's start with the Lady of the Reformed. Alternative plan. You're already dying. Because of Reap. Let you die? Put a Legion of Wax with a Wickless Baron at the bottom. Which doesn't fit. Okay, that's a reason not to do that. Original plan. Wickless Baron. Little Fade. The Lady of the Reformed. Primitive Mold just to add Reap to you guys. Legion of Wax at the top. Memento Mori does nothing. I really don't like the Dark Wings. The Pyre Wings are kind of bad too, but I really don't like the Dark Wings because I lose units all the time. And I really don't want you adding armor to things. For example, how do I defeat that back unit? I mean, I guess I could trap shoot it. It's kind of a weird time to trap shoot something, but we could. We have a Legion of Wax, but if we played it in the middle, it wouldn't necessarily be a good thing. But we've got to play our cards sometime. Hard to say what to do. I think we really want to get our Legions of Waxes out and about. So let's do a Primitive Mold. Play the Legion of Wax in the center. You are now adding health to those guys, but it's actually not a lot. And you're taking damage. We could add a Draft in the center, but the Burnout would mean that you get more health. We could do Bounding Echoes, which is good for us. You only inspire for yourself. Yes, you only inspire for yourself. So if we play a Trap Shoot or Molded, we can play Molded here. And then we could play Little Fade And only Little Fade would die. The Legion of Wax would survive. That's not true. Right. But we could trap shoot one of these. Like you. Trap shoot you. Okay. So now the center is okay-ish. This draft can go here and die. We're killing things in the back with the random reap, which is good. Seraph the Chaste is trying to take care of our reap and not handling it. The Legion of Wax has to die a few times so that it can get stronger when we put it out eventually. Okay, Ember Drain is not great. But apparently it's not terrible either. Okay, fine. Space Prism at the bottom. We can do a Primitive Mold. We should do a little Fade somewhere. We could do the little Fade in the center to take you out quickly. I'm thinking of playing Primitive Mold at the top. Get back a draft. We could play that draft at the top. I like taking you out quickly, so let's do that. And Little Fade dies again. We could put the draft at the bottom again so that it dies again. Sure. Do we want it to go behind you? Have you die and then the draft deal damage? Returned Soul can get me one of these, which is not my favorite. I could play Fracture and then get Returned Soul back. I like that more. You're not dying yet. We do 35 damage with our Pyre. So if you've got a minus 30, what do we have to get that to? Minus 63 definitely does it. So, let's do Return Soul here so that it affects the Legion of Wax. And then get back Fracture. Happy to consume it. Let's consume it putting Fracture on the boss. I think if we put Fracture on the boss, I know he's going to take half of it every turn, but I think if we put Fracture on the boss it might be good. Okay, we could play a Legion of Wax at the top right now. We do have a Molded, so we could do that. The Pyre Wings here is kind of sad. I want more space at the bottom, so every time we play Molded we could do things. Let's play a Space Prism. And now we could put a Legion of Wax at the bottom, which is very interesting. It does mean that we're going to have a lot of Ember Drain, which is not good. But we're still going to do it. So, play Molded, play a Legion of Wax at the bottom. You go here. You get the Echo Transfer, definitely. And then we play Little Fade somewhere. Center looks good. And then we play a couple Fractures. I kind of want to do them on the boss, but I kind of also want to do it on you. I don't know what I want to do with my Fractures. Let's do one here. And then one on the boss. We don't care about you because you die from the Pyre and Vapor Funnel prevents you from hitting it. Okay. We have one Ember to spend. We can play a Remnant Host at the bottom, which is very nice. We can play Little Fade in the center. I want her to die, so we want to put her in front. It also prevents the Ember Drain, although I guess Ember Drain wouldn't have happened anyway. We could Drip Fall something, but I don't know if we care. I guess there's no reason not to play Drip Fall. Also, there's no reason not to play Primitive Mold. So there's a draft as well. We could do the Remnant Host at the top and the draft at the bottom, or we could just not play the draft right now. Let's play the draft at the top. It'll just die, but that's fine. It has a Speed Stone, so it doesn't die. Forgot about the fact that you had a Speed Stone. Honestly, I forgot about that. The Remnant Host goes at the bottom, after we play Drip Fall. Drip Fall you. Then we play the Remnant Host. Drip Fall is now free again, we can play it again. Echo Transfer on our Legion of Wax, of course. And then Hosting Kin. We could hit the boss. Let's hit the boss. Don't really care about Hosting Kin. Alright, I would love to play Little Fade at the bottom. It looks like we can. Great. Little Fade at the bottom. She even gets to die again. Remnant Host we can't put at the bottom because I put Little Fade there. Remnant Host could go in the center. I like that. Kind of nothing is happening at the top. We can play Fracture and Perfect Insanity the boss. Definitely worth it. Perfect Insanity. Wonderful. It does mean that you survive this turn, but I don't think that matters. And then Subsuming Blade something just because. Subsuming Blade is now better. Okay, waves remaining. We've got one more. I want to put the Remnant Host at the bottom, because we want you to get as many harvest triggers as possible. And then I could get a Legion of Wax this turn, but I don't think that this is the turn to do it. So let's not bother. I wanted to put this on a Legion of Wax. I could put it on this one. I guess that's still valuable. So Echoes of the Past goes on that. Subsuming Blade can kill you, no problem. Little Fade could go at the top. I guess Little Fade goes at the top. She's going behind at this point. Subsuming Blade kills something. We could just kill the back one with Subsuming Blade. Fracture on the boss. Returned Soul to put Fracture on the boss again. And then Echoes of the Past. I feel like I should do it on you, but you've got Burnout 3. But you also summon another 2 guys. Yeah, put it on you. Okay. Doing 85 damage to the boss this turn. Killing everything. We can replay our minions after the boss kills them relatively easily. So let's see how much damage the boss is doing. Or how much damage we are doing the boss, I mean. 983. It's not too bad. We're going to put a Remnant host in front. That almost doubled it. I think it more than doubled it, actually. And then we need to play some things that give us echoes. I think we should play a primitive mold before we play molded, just in case we get what we want. Not that I know what we want. Lady of the Reformed? I mean, I don't think you're valuable anymore. You kind of did your part in the battle already. So, primitive mold again. We got a draft with Burnout 4. Okay. Put a draft there. Play Molded to get back the Legion of Wax. Burnout 4. And it can go here. I guess I want it in the back. And then this Legion of Wax, or this Twin of Wax, gets the Echo Transfer. And then the boss gets some Reap. Okay. That is my turn. We're doing a bunch of damage to the boss. And we've got Legions of Wax that will do a lot more as well. Alright, second floor. Memento Mori does 440. We're actually already winning. Okay, did not expect to already be winning. Well, let's play Memento Mori. We didn't even have to upgrade that Legion of Wax. Just reforming it did it. Great. Okay. Well, Last Divinity fight. We're going in with exactly 100 pack shards. The lowest threat level you can be. Let's try to win. We've got a Legion of Wax on our first turn. We can't play it with the Wickless Baron at the bottom, as per usual. But we can play the Wickless Baron with the Lady of the Reformed, as we've done before. So, let's do that. Little Fade goes in front. Lady of the Reformed goes here as well. Legion of Wax, we want you... Do I play the Bounding Echoes? There's kind of no point. I want to play my Legion of Wax somewhere first, but I don't know where. We could play it at the top first. It has Burnout 1, and so does the draft that we would play along with it. So let's play it at the top. Just do a little bit of damage before they die, so that they can be reformed. Okay. We can play Dripfall on the boss anytime we want. We can play the Primitive Mold to reform our... Well, I guess there's a couple things that we can reform. The Draft is one of them. The Legion of Wax is the other. So we can now put a Legion of Wax in the center. And this is really just to start the Legion of Wax train. At the bottom, I would like to play Little Fade. Memento Mori does 30 damage. Almost enough to kill you. This also almost has enough to kill you. Well, I guess if we put them together... And then we can Drip Fall. I'm thinking about Drip Falling the boss in the center twice. I think that's worth it. It does mean that you're going to be doing more damage. Which... How bad is that? It means my Legion of Wax dies. How bad is the Legion of Wax dying? It's not so bad. We want it to die sometime. Maybe we Drip Fall at the top. Kind of pointless. Maybe we Drip Fall at the bottom. Drip Fall at the bottom. Except that it helps my Legion of Wax. Because they've got the Inspire. Where do we Drip Fall? I'm just gonna Drip Fall the boss, I think. Let's Drip Fall the boss here. And then Drip Fall the boss again. And then Primitive Mold. Okay, you actually didn't die because you got so many benefits. Great. I noticed that there's one apprentice that's making it to the top. But do my Legion of Wax up there kill him? I think they do. They do. And then they all burn out. Alright, down here we want our Remnant host. Space Prism, of course. We want the Space Prism at the bottom. One Space Prism at the bottom or multiple? Actually don't know because I'm going to be playing Legions of Waxes all over the place. We definitely want the Remnant host at the bottom. Let's do that first. Remnant host goes at the bottom. You are getting so much... I did not think about that, and I should have. I should have. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's do Molded. Get back a Draft. The Draft just dies. Let's get back the Lady of the Reformed. Lady of the Reformed can go in front. It's not the best in front. Where does Little Fade go? See, the problem with Little Fade being quick is that I can't make it so that it hurts the Dark Wings. I'm gonna have to go here. I think we just play Lady of the Reformed and Fractures. My Pyre can kill you no problem, so there's no reason to deal with you. So Fractures at the bottom is best. Yeah, Lady of the Reformed here. And then... You don't even die? What? How about that? Well, let's do a Fracture on you. And... Fracture on you again. I think what we did at the bottom was actually pretty bad that turn. And I might pay for that with a fair amount of damage on my Pyre if I don't take care of it on the way up. Because playing something that killed 3 units was not good when the enemy has a harvest effect. I know that I had a harvest effect, but the enemy had one too. Subsuming Blade has piercing, so it can kill something in the center. Oh my gosh, everything has burnout. Oh no. Okay, what if we do... Oh no, what do we do in the center? I don't know what to do in the center. At the bottom, we're playing our Remnant host. This time it's a good idea. Little Fade can't quite kill you yet. Little Fade could kill the one at the bottom. But then I don't know how to deal with the ones that are getting so much health. Subsuming Blade only helps a little bit. Subsuming Blade could kill the front one, and we could do a lot of damage to the Darkwings. I'm gonna do that. That happens. Little Fade goes in front. And then we Echo Transfer here, of course. And then we Fracture here. Almost doesn't matter who we fracture. But we do want this one to die. So we fracture that one. And then we fracture this one. Because I think Little Fade is going to take out that one. Okay. Trying to handle the mistake I made. The mistake I made definitely caused problems. You guys do nothing. Oh, you had an extinguish effect that hurt my Pyre, but whatever. So Little Fade can take out one, the front one, and then Perfect Insanity could take out another. We kind of wanted Perfect Insanity on you. Could we do something else? We've got Memento Mori. We could burn our Memento Mori with Return Soul to take care of something up here. But if we play Little Fade and Perfect Insanity, that'll take care of the front two and we'll be fine, right? I mean, you'll hit the Pyre a little bit. And then what do we get with Return Soul? Help deal with you. Subsuming Blade doesn't do that much. Let's play the Remnant host at the bottom. I think, like, every turn I know I'm going to do that. You know, one thing that we could do is we could get back something that gets back our Legion of Wax with the Return Soul. I like that. Okay, Legion of Wax goes here. Returned Soul, we play up here. It gets back a Primitive Mold, or Molded. It gets back Molded. We play Molded. We get back Keeper of Echoes, the Legion of Wax. We play that at the top, only place it can fit. Yep, play that at the top. Let's play Little Fade first, because Little Fade's gonna die, so she can get the Ember Drain. You go up here. You are going to be able to do a fair amount of damage, especially with Echo Transfer next turn. Oh, actually we could Echo Transfer this turn because of the extra special charged Echo. How about that? So, Perfect Insanity you. Oh, nope, I was wrong. Okay. Well, I don't know how we're going to deal with you. It's going to involve Little Fade. and my Legion of Wax, certainly, but I don't know beyond that. So the Echo Transfer, I guess we play on you. Okay, we took some damage because of the spikes that that enemy had. But otherwise we're doing still pretty well and not taking too much damage. So Little Fade can go up here and deal a bunch of damage to you. And then we still have to do something. Kind of want to say that we Space Prism at the bottom, but also the center is a pretty decent idea. Let's Space Prism in the center. We want to play a Primitive Mold. We don't have a Legion of Wax in there right now, which is sad. But we still play the Primitive Mold. The Draft could help at the top. I also acknowledge that the next stuff up is going to be kind of bad. But the Draft could do 20 damage. Or 40 damage, I mean. And Inspire you again, which is also valuable. There's no downside in playing the Remnant Host down here, so we might as well. It does its damage. I'm thinking about Echoes of the Past. If we played at the top, then the fact that you get +3 attack per Echo goes away slightly. So if we play Echoes of the Past now, it's better to play the Draft and then the Echoes of the Past. So play the Draft. The Draft I would like to die, but I also want Little Fade to die. Those don't both happen. No, they don't. I think we need Little Fade to die more. Echoes of the Past gives you some more attack, and then I don't know if you kill me. We did basically what we could at the top to deal with you, though. $181? That's a little bit too much, I think. Because we have to hit 6 times. Oh, we just barely died. Oh, I think we could have won that one. Oh, we could have won that one. Oh, that's sad. Anyway, that's it for today. Let's win one of them some other time. Since this was a loss, no new mastered cards. On the right, I simply must feature the Darkwings, whose harvest ability is what ultimately killed this run, although I blame myself for not noticing it before playing my Remnant Host. Instead of a second enemy, I'm showing Heartstone, which becomes my 4th upgrade stone, for which I've taken 100 of them, where I stop counting. There are only 6 common upgrade stones, leaving 2 that I have yet to take 100 times. On the left, I'm showing my favorite 2 minions this run. The Legion of Wax was my ace in the hole that was becoming quite strong and dealing a surprising amount of damage to enemies. The Wickless Baron is my old standby, which was particularly good this run due to Remnant Host, Little Fade, and Legion of Wax. For artifacts, I have played with Last Divinity for the first time this run. I don't know that it did a lot, but I also had very few extract cards, which are its main use. I'm almost done with my side goal of playing with every artifact at least once. Serrated Mandibles was incredibly useful this run. It applied Reap whenever I gained echoes, and I frequently found myself gaining echoes solely for serrated mandibles to defeat enemies for me. Check out my tracking sheet where I have even more information. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.